Everyone's talking about climate change. But what is our climate? And why is it changing? Our climate is the Earth's normal weather over a very long time. It usually takes hundreds or thousands of years for the climate to change. But recently, our climate has been changing much faster. All these changes make life harder for our plants, animals, and for people around the world. And the biggest cause of climate change is humans, including you and me. When we use fuel like oil and gasoline, or remove forests to make room for cities or farms, we release greenhouse gases into our atmosphere. These greenhouse gases cause our climate to get warmer. Normally, when the heat from the sun warms our planet, some of the heat reflects back into space. But greenhouse gases act like a big blanket, holding some of it in. This extra heat can cause all sorts of problems for our planet, and the plants, animals, and people who live here. Our ice and snow are melting faster. Our oceans are getting warmer and higher, and our weather is becoming more extreme, with more heat waves, heavy rainfalls, and powerful hurricanes. Luckily, many countries around the world are working together to fight climate change. And there are lots of easy ways you and I can help too, like reusing things instead of throwing them out. Instead of driving, ride your bike or take the bus. Use less electricity, and eat food grown closer to home. You and I, we can make a difference. We can fight climate change.
Hi, my name is Nur Shazliana binti Muhammad Azmi. So you guys already know what is climate change. So now we are going to find out the effect of the climate change towards the marine biodiversity. To begin with, the first effect is migration and range shifts for some species that may respond to changing habitat conditions by shifting their distribution to higher latitudes or deeper waters. This can lead to changes in composition of marine communities and impact local biodiversity. Species that rely on specific coastal habitats for breeding or feeding, such as sea turtles or certain birds, may face challenges if these habitats are lost or altered. This is because due to sea level that is rising in the average world sea level as a result of seawater expanding with warming temperatures.
Next, the effect of climate change is the disruption on marine food chain. As we all know, marine food production starts when the sun shines on the ocean surface. Single-cell, mostly microscopic organisms called phytoplankton use sunlight to photosynthesize and grow in a process called net primary production. They can only do this in the sunlit surface layer of the ocean, down to about 100 meters. But they also need nutrients to grow, particularly nitrogen and phosphorus, which can be scarce in the surface water. Phytoplankton are consumed by zooplankton, which in turn provides food for small fish, and so on, all the way up the food chain to top predators like dolphin and sharks. Unconsumed phytoplankton and other organic matter, such as that zooplankton and fish, decompose in surface water, releasing nutrients that support new phytoplankton growth. Some of this material sink down into the deeper ocean, providing food for deep-sea ecosystems. Carbon, nitrogen, and phosphorus and other nutrients in this sinking organic matter ultimately are decomposed and released at depth. This process, which is known as the biological pump, continually removes nutrients from the surface water and transfer them to the deeper ocean. Under normal conditions, wind and current cause mixing that eventually brings nutrient back up to the sunlit surface water. If this did not happen, the phytoplankton eventually would completely run out of the nutrients, which would affect the entire ocean food chain.
Climate change has far-reaching consequences for marine biodiversity, affecting numerous ecosystem species and the service they provide. Climate can cause of coral reef destruction. Coral reefs are extremely susceptible to climate fluctuations. Coral bleaching can occur as water temperature rise. Coral bleaching is a condition that occurs when coral reefs lose their vivid colors due to the erosion or loss of zooxanthellae, which are symbiotic algae that dwell within coral cells. This loss of algae causes coral colonies to whiten or bleach. The symbolic link between coral zooxanthellae is critical for coral health and survival. This loss has repercussions throughout the reef ecosystem.
Hi, my name is Nurul Ashkimiti Mansri. Last effect of climate change is ocean acidification.
Carbon dioxide pollution created by humans on the land is ending up in the ocean, making it more acidic and making shell and coral weak. Marine life is about to find out what a more acidic ocean will mean for them. When CO2 is absorbed by seawater, a series of chemical reactions occur, resulting in the increased concentration of hydrogen ion. This increase causes the seawater to become more acidic and causes carbonate ion to be relatively less abundant. Carbonate ion are an important building block of structure, such as sea shell and coral skeleton. Decrease in carbonate ion can make building and maintaining shell and other calcium carbonate structure difficult for classifying organisms, such as oyster, clam, and crab. These changes in ocean chemistry can affect the behavior of non-classifying organisms as well. Certain fish' ability to detect predators is decreased in more acidic water. When these organisms are at risk, the entire food web may also be at risk. Ocean acidification is affecting the entire world ocean, including coastal, estuary, and waterways.
Around the world have implemented various measures to address the impact of climate change on marine biodiversity. These actions typically aim to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, protect marine ecosystem, and promote sustainable practices. The first action is international agreements. Participation in international agreements such as the Paris Agreement, which sets target for reducing greenhouse gas emissions to limit global temperature increases. Implementation of the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea uncles to regulate activities in the oceans and protect marine resources. Second action is greenhouse gas reduction policies. Implementations of policies and regulations to reduce emissions of greenhouse gases, including carbon dioxide and methane, which contribute to global warming and ocean.
Through the spread of education and awareness campaigns, governments can significantly reduce the effects of climate change. Governments may equip individuals with the information and awareness essential to adopt sustainable habits by organizing comprehensive programs that integrate climate change education into the education system and outreach activities to the community. Workshops, public service announcements, and internet materials can promote the value of cutting carbon footprints, saving energy, and adopting eco-friendly lifestyles are a few examples of these programs. Governments can create a sense of responsibility and promote awareness by actively communicating with the public and educate them about the negative effects of climate change.
First society action is living a life with zero waste. To recycle, we need to sort out waste into different recycle bins. This helps reduce the amount of waste in landfill and save natural resources. Recycle is when we take old material and turn them into new things. Benefit of recycle: healthy ecosystem, reduce emissions, save energy, creates job, save money. Recycling minimizes the amount of rubbish that end up in our sea, which not only threaten marine life but also communities' health. When done correctly, recycling increases the quality of the recovered material while lowering the quantity of greenhouse gases emitted into the atmosphere, saving our planet, sea, and animals. Next, use less energy. We have used a lot of energy during the day for our daily activities. For example, during the day, we have opened fans and aircon in every room in the house. We have used cooking tool to prepare delicious food. Also, we use the washing machine to wash our clothes. At night, we also use a lot of energy. Not only the lights installed in the city and on the street, we use light at home. Watch television, do work using laptop, install fan and aircon all night, and use water heater to shower. Here is some tips for you to save energy. Make sure that you always turn off the lights when leaving a room. Dryer and refrigerator are the most energy intensive in a home, and replacing this with better efficient model can cut the electricity usage by half. Do not leave device on standby, but rather unplug them and save your electricity bill. Turning off running taps when unused even for a second. Double glazing window can reduce the emission of greenhouse gases from heating and cooling. Using more solar powered electronics can go a long way and can also lower your maintenance and replacement cost of electronics. Wash clothes at a cooler temperature, and with a full load, you will be saving a lot of water and electricity. By cooking with the lid, you are making sure to lessen the cooking time and water usage significantly.
Lastly, society action can do more planting plants or gardening around the houses or your surroundings. Trees and plants play an important role in the fight against climate change. They act as nature's own carbon capture and storage system. Through the process of photosynthesis, trees absorb carbon dioxide, a major greenhouse gas responsible for trapping heat in our atmosphere. In return, they release oxygen, which is essential for all life on Earth. By increasing the number of trees and plants, we can effectively reduce the concentration of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, thereby helping to reduce the impacts of climate change.
We all know the effects and how to manage climate change on marine biodiversity. But what are the factors that contribute to climate change? Do you guys know? The first factor is temperature rise caused by sea level rise as a result of melting glaciers and ice sheets brought on global warming, and the rate of retreat has accelerated, particularly from glaciers and ice sheets in Antarctica and Greenland. When ice from glaciers and ice sheets melts, fresh water is transferred to the ocean, increasing the volume of seawater that causes an immediate rise in sea levels. This could result in the loss of habitat for several marine species and endangered coastal ecosystems such as salt marshes and mangroves. The second one is heat, and is transmitted to the ocean from the Earth's atmosphere as a result of a rise in the concentration of greenhouse gases such as carbon dioxide. As the concentration of carbon dioxide increasing, much carbon dioxide will dissolve into the water and combine with water, which is H2O, and will be H2CO3, as we call carbonic acid. Thank you.
The next effect of climate change is it alters the ocean currents that can indeed have significant consequences for marine ecosystems, including coral reefs. Ocean currents play a crucial role in regulating temperature, distributing nutrients, and influencing the connectivity of different marine habitats. Changes in this current can lead to various impacts of coral reef, for example, because of temperature changes. Altered ocean currents can result in changes in the distribution of warm and cold water masses. This can lead to fluctuation in sea surface temperature, which are critical for the health of coral reefs. Coral reefs have specific temperature range within which they can thrive, and deviation from this optimal condition can lead to coral bleaching. Prolonged exposure to higher than normal temperatures can cause coral to expel the symbiotic algae, leading to bleaching and, in severe cases, coral death. The other reason is nutrient distribution. Ocean currents are responsible for transporting nutrients across the ocean. Changes in this current can affect the distribution of essential nutrients that coral rely on for growth and survival. Reduced nutrient availability can impact the health and productivity of the symbiotic algae, which is zooxanthellae, living within coral tissue. This in turn can affect the ability of coral to build and maintain their calcium carbonate skeletons.